The Sig P238, an incredible concealed carry option and an excellent self-defense handgun. The Sig Sauer P238. This is an excellent and very popular concealed carry option. It's in 380 ACP. It's a single action, very reminiscent of the 1911 design. It was introduced in 2009, and there are 21 different models of this pistol available. I think that this is something especially for those with little experience with concealed carry, and also the women and elderly. This is an excellent option. We're going to look at the reasons why in just a minute. But first we're going to make sure the gun isn't loaded. The P238 is a subcompact Sig Sauer pistol, and that's one thing that Sig had not produced, was something that would be excellent for concealed carry. And with the huge increase in concealed carry holders across the nation, really these type pistols are some of the most popular being sold on the market. It is in 380, a stainless steel magazine that holds 6 rounds in the magazine and 1 in the chamber. So it's really a very compact design. In fact, overall it's only 5.5 inches in total length, or just 4 inches high, or actually 3.96 inches high. The width is 1.1 inches in width. And the weight on this pistol without the magazine is 13.5 ounces. So it's really lightweight. With the magazine, 15.2 ounces. So it's under a pound. And yet it does have an exceptional amount of firepower in 380 ACP. It is an all-metal frame, so this is not one of your polymer wonder guns or your micro compacts that I like to call them, even though it's pretty much the same size. One of the things that I really like about this pistol over a lot of the little polymer frame small pistols is that it's a lot of fun to shoot at the range. You know, you get some of the Ruger LCP or the CAR, some of the real small 380s, and they can really be tough to shoot at the range after about 50 rounds. So the frame is an aluminum alloy frame. It does have a really hard anodized finish on it, and it's a matte finish. And then the slide itself is stainless. Now this has a nitron finish to it. Some of them have different type finishes, and again there are 21 different models. So you can go to the Sig website to look at all the different options. There are even some custom offerings by Sig with night sights, fiber optic fronts, and that really leads me to the sight system itself, which I think is exceptional for a pistol this size. And you can see that it has nice 3-dot sights that are very visible and easy to pick up. And most of your concealed carry pistols have really minimal sights, really close to the frame, and this really is going to help with accuracy. Not to mention just the accuracy of the pistol itself. They do have the Sig light sights, which are night sights, and they are adjustable. These are drift on the side, but really right out of the box, this is a very accurate little pistol. Has nice serrations on the rear of the slide, and here the slide is milled out at the front. It is single action, and that means you have to pull the hammer back for the first shot. Here's your safety, and this is called cocked and locked, just like your 1911. In fact, this is a small version of the 1911 without the grip safety and a couple of other small things, but it's made really for those who carry a 1911. One of the things about having one of the small polymer frame pistols is that the safety is built into the striker fire or the trigger system. With this, the safety is right here on the frame. So really, if you're going to carry this pistol, you need to be well versed in disengaging your safety before that first shot, because if not, you're going to have a hard time and seconds count in a defensive situation. This particular model has the polymer grips, and they're fluted, and it's really very comfortable to hold in the hand. You have a fluted area right here at the back of your grip and then at the front of your grip. Again, a lot of the small polymer pistols are so thin and just not really that fun to shoot at the range. And I think that the Sig really, and from all that I've shot this pistol, I've really enjoyed just taking it out. And for its size, it's one of the best pistols out on the market. It does have an integral beaver tail, and this really helps with keeping slide bite down. You're going to have your hammer come back, and it's going to rest in here. Your slide coming back. Now, if you have really beefy or heavy hands, you may have a little bit of an issue, but typically you get under that beaver tail and it's going to protect the web of your hand. The safety is positive. It's a positive click down. Up, not so much, but down you can definitely hear the audible click. The stainless steel magazine really adds to being able to enter the magazine properly and being able to seat it properly. It's really smooth. It's a polished finish, so it makes it really easy and nice. It is only 6 rounds, but if you're carrying a 1911, especially one of the small compacts, a lot of those only carry 6 rounds. And then you've got your single action Colt design, your 1911 design. No wonder this is a great backup pistol for those who really like the 1911. One of the things about a single action pistol is that it typically has a really good trigger pull. It's about a 7.5 pound trigger pull, but it's really crisp and really smooth, and so that's going to really be the main part of being able to get the accuracy into place. A lot of your polymer pistols have a little bit of a mushy feel to it, and these are very solid. Now, this particular pistol is my mother's concealed carry piece, and this is what she carries. And one of the reasons why we chose the Sig over all the different type pistols is that the slide comes back really easily. In fact, you'll be amazed if you put it against other pistols how easily this slide comes back. And I think because of that, it reduces a lot of the recoil. It keeps the slide from sliding forward very strong, so it really gives you a good smooth feel to the pistol itself. And two, with your hand up high on the bore axis, all the recoil is right here close to the hand instead of up above. But one of the other options that we considered when we were trying to find a pistol for her was something easy to load, and the Beretta Tomcat was one. Because all you need to do is to flip the barrel up and to load it. There's no slide manipulation needed. In the long scheme of things, this is 32 ACP, and really the slide on the Sig was actually easier to pull back than even the tip-up barrel design of the Tomcat. So she went with the Sig, and I think it was a very wise choice. One of the things I will recommend, especially for those ladies or the elderly or anyone that has issues with hands, with the strength of their hands, is to make sure that you manipulate different guns when you're choosing them. You know, you may take a .38 revolver and think that's great because of the simplicity of the .38, but when you try that trigger pull, there are some people that just can't pull that trigger back. And if you don't have a hammer, that really makes it tough. So I think this is an exceptional piece to look at for concealed carry, again, for the elderly, anybody that has any kind of issue with their hands. And it's just a very smooth slide action. Now, Sig does offer a small little holster. In fact, it comes with the pistol itself. And if you're going to carry this gun in the cocked and locked position, you really need to make sure that the trigger guard is protected. Once that safety is disengaged, there is nothing keeping that trigger from pulling that hammer. So you want to make sure that you have that trigger completely covered, so when you draw the pistol, then you're not going to inadvertently fire it if the safety has been disengaged. And a lot of people carry these in different ways, you know, with concealed carry. Many ladies especially carry them in a purse, or you may be carrying them in some kind of bag. Fishing around for it in that bag can really be dangerous if you don't have that trigger covered. Now, some of the earlier models of the Sig, you could actually engage the safety and push the slide back. On the new models, you can't do that. It actually locks the hammer into place and it locks your slide. And this is really good because it keeps it safe, but also when you're placing it into a holster, it keeps from the slide rearing back. I have a good friend of mine, though, that has a couple of these for he and his wife, and they really love the rubberized grips. And I've held a couple with the rubberized grips, and I think that's a great option to have. These polymer grips are fine. There are a number of different rosewood grips and other type grips that Sig offers. Now, Sig does offer their laser, and you can get it with the pistol when you purchase your pistol, or you can buy it separately. I think that these typically run, I believe I saw them on Cheaper Than Dirt for about $138. So somewhere in that price range of $140 to $150. It's a really nice system because it really integrates into the pistol. So there's nothing snagging, hanging down, and it shoots very well. In fact, all my shooting sequences, I was using this little laser. It's very bright, and it really holds up well. I mean, you can see it very well during the daylight shooting. Even in bright daylight, the laser really shines well. and I put it on this black little piece of steel just to give you a real good idea. In the dark or in low light situations, this would be exceptional. One thing I really like about this laser system is that it fits really close, and it's like a modular system, which makes it really nice, especially for concealed carry. Now, the laser itself is very easy to actuate. It's actually ambidextrous. It's this little button here, also on this side. Click it, it's a constant on. And it's really strong, a good solid laser. And that's going to translate into nighttime shooting where you're really going to be able to see that laser. Once you line it up, and you have a couple of points right here and here to be able to adjust the laser to match your sights. And you can take the laser on and off right here, or your little small screws. There's an Allen wrench included. You'll also need to be able to do this to get your battery out as well. But I think the battery life on this is very long because you're just doing a momentary hold of your laser, and you're not necessarily going to forget. And here's the battery itself. It slides on, fits around the trigger guard. It's made for the pistol, so that also helps being an integral system. But you're not going to lose your zero because it locks in so well. Here you see that it really follows the lines of the pistol, and it makes it really nice. You're not going to be able to use this holster, but there are holsters available to be able to fit the Sig P238 with the laser system. The mount is solid and secure. It's not moving, so you're going to be able to hold your zero even after firing multiple rounds. Breakdown is pretty simple. Of course, first thing you always want to go ahead and make sure that your chamber is clear. Now you want to bring this little notch right here to here, so we're going to pull our slide stop through. Okay, you push through right here, and then you can pull your slide stop out, and then the barrel assembly comes right off. Here's your frame, recoil spring and guide rod, then you have your barrel. Good old John Browning design. Of course, you have your barrel cam here that's a little different than just the linkage of the old Colt. So you can see the guide rod itself. Then you have the recoil spring. To reassemble, we just put the barrel back in, bring in your guide rod. You're going to have to make sure that this lever is down when you're putting your slide on here into the barrel, and then we're going to bring it back to our notch. Back in business. Now you'd expect the box here is a very high quality Sig box, which is just synonymous with Sig tradition. Very nice close foam padded case. Even the top is really a beautiful design. The Sig Sauer P238, an excellent concealed carry option, very high quality pistol, and one that you will really enjoy shooting at the range. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. Oh yeah, man. The Sig P238, an incredible option for all those cars going behind me, and there are thousands, believe me. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the trucks. Because there is nothing stopping once that trigger, because once that, but there are holsters available, so it's no wonder that the P238 is so incredibly. It does have an integral beaver, has nice serrations on the front of the slide. This is a small little, whoops. And it's just a bazillion. Gun smoke, cigar smoke.